How would you respond to the phrase political correctness gone mad?
I believe it has gone mad, to be honest. You can't seem to dislike anything anymore because everyone has a little cry and a moan. Each politically correct person regurgitates the shit about having something wrong with them or their upbringing and use it as a weapon and an excuse to not engage with what they do and not understand or have opposing opinions to them. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, they're naive to the fact, instead of just fucking moaning in everyone's ear, you should do something about the stuff that upsets you. No one gives a shit about your deep Tumblr posts.
What did you vote in the EU referendum then? So, well, I know this, but obviously the audience doesn't.
I voted out for the referendum. People that know me know that I don't really care about politics. I think it's a bit of an elaborate trick instigated by whoever owns the most money, allowing us to believe we have a choice, a future in their world. But that being said, when it comes to the referendum, I had no idea what to vote. But as I looked at the arguments, I found people voting in had quite naive ideas about the world being sunshine and rainbows, but not standing behind their policies or explaining what good could have come. Because, looking back now, I think I'm not sure whether I would have changed the vote. They didn't really highlight what good could have come out of their opinion. It was, as most liberals do, they just sort of attack anyone with opposing opinions, calling us stupid and racist, and then pretending they're the pure side of society that do nothing wrong, which pissed me off. I then decided to look at voting leave, which didn't have so much of the forcefulness. It let me form my own opinion rather than having it forced down my throat. However, long story short, I was compelled by a video in the end, which explained a lot. For our country to change as everyone complains, I think, just everyone always complains a lot about how it should change all the time. I thought it would be a good idea to vote out, see if it will maybe bond us together a bit more, put aside our differences. Sort of make a united Britain, whether I'm a meat-eating, racist, homophobic male for having that opinion.
It's quite unusual for people sort of this age to have voted, this sort of like demographic, even the people I've met. I think it's almost like a sort of like a stigma attached to it. If you're under 20 years old, 25 years old, and voted leave, there's almost a sort of generalisation. Would you agree?
Definitely, yeah. It is different as well, being a very liberal community in the art community in university, but I can't really voice my opinion that much.
Additionally, I'd sort of like to ask, so why you're against showing your identity in the film? What's the obstacle there, do you think?
I'm against being filmed. Unfortunately, in today's society, voicing an opinion can have an effect on your life. If some of the lecturers knew what I voted, they could give me a worse grade. I could lose friends because they're friendly with who I am as a person, but if they knew what I voted, they could just flip just for having an opinion. Everyone should have their own opinion. I just think it's time for everyone to be themselves, not talk about politics all the time, because it does get a bit fucking boring. I mean, just be your inner self, be happy, and not become a sheep just voicing other people's opinions as much. I don't know, I think if you have mixed opinions, you shouldn't just cancel out those opinions and think, oh, I'm this party. Forget who you stood for. I think you just need to think for yourself.
So like making the right decision for you every time, rather than jumping on a bandwagon?
Yeah, sometimes it is good to vote, but if you don't really believe in whoever's running, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Unless you can not vote.
You can spoil a ballot.
Yeah, I think people should just do that. And then we'd have a chance at getting new parties in with new agendas.